What we are listening today is not an ordinary oath of office.
Seven Morningstar Corporation Incorporated, Kingdom of Mardiga presents
Those undeveloped people, except those present today. We have to develop our muscle and reflexes at the same time. We will develop our powerful mind, our spirit, so that we will not fail those people, especially the Filipinos, our nation, Philippines, and the whole world. We must have the right mind. I warn you. What we are hearing today, what we are listening today, is not an ordinary oath of office from Mr. Christopher Illumin.
To my fellow Mahardikans, honorable guests from USA, Dr. Pan and Sir Lee, to our beloved President, Chairman, founder of the 77 Morningstar Foundation Incorporated, King General Administrator, His Royal Highness, Rodolfo A. Pampalaco, friends, ladies and men, a pleasant morning. To my countrymen, you could have called upon me to assume the highest office within one king, and I accept the trust humbly and gratefully my sole determination to be one of King's General Administrators of the 77 Morningstar Foundation for the people. The office of the King's General Administrator is the highest in the Kingdom of America. It can be the humblest also, if regarded as we must in the light of basic divine government principles. The first of this principle is the declaration of the divine government, that sovereignty resides in the people, and all officers and members, authority emanates from them. This simply means that all of us in our mission are servants of God, nation, and people. As I see it, your mandate is a divine governance, not a license for the selfish enjoyment of power by any man or group of men. On the contrary, it was an endorsement of the principle at times forgotten, the general welfare is the only justification for the exercise of divine governmental power and authority. Your mandate was clear and urgent. The 7-7 Morning Star established for our people a divine government based upon honesty and morality. A government of God, sensitive to your needs, dedicated to your best interest, and inspired by our highest idea of the man's liberty. The separation of powers ordained by our kingdom as an effective safeguard against tyranny shall be preserved zealously. Mutual respect for the right and prerogative of the three great departments of kingdom must be observed. The law of God, the 613 Torah, the commandments and law of kingdom of America will implement all over the world by the international trustees, representatives of the people's will. I trust, operate vigorously to prosecute our common program of honest, efficient, and constructive of the kingdom building. As a King's Knight, I look forward to intimate cooperation with the members of the 7-7 Morning Star Foundation Kingdom, particularly to the trustees who have stood guard over the right and liberty as of our people. The independence of the judge shall be strengthened. Our King Court must be freed from political and other possible influence, so that they may function with the same integrity and impartiality which have made our Supreme Court the fortress of law and justice. Therefore, social justice has raised fervent but frustrated hopes in the hearts of our less fortunate citizens. We must not permit social justice to be an empty phrase in the divine law. We must bring to light for all. In consonance with this purpose, my tenure to office shall take positive energy. While I shall give priority to our domestic problem, as justice will not neglect our international responsibilities. We cannot escape today the fact that today the destinies of nations are closely linked. It is in this spirit that we regard the goodwill and assistance extended to us through the various programs of international economic with the World Bank of all Central Bank developed nations. Chiefly, the United Nations considering this and to be a primary means of speeding up of our progress towards self-reliance. I pledge that every piece of work of assistance be spent honestly and to the best advantage. It is our common interest that this kingdom, a monument of mutual goodwill and common labor, should prove to the world the vitality of the divine government by which we live in the promised land that will become the greatest nation world over. We shall continue to cooperate in the United Nations in seeking collective security and just a world of peace, happiness, and prosperity. To our Asian brothers, we send our fraternal greetings. They are the same problem of the same nature and complexity as those of comfort as we invite them to share our experience in finding solutions to those problems through God's means. I have been warned that too much is expected in the kingdom, that our people expect the impossible for this young and vigorous kingdom of ours. Nothing is really impossible. Let us have faith in ourselves. The same faith that fired the heroic generation of revolution. The weights and wonders struggle with nothing but bullets in their hands and courage in their hearts, without training and experience. They wrote a constitution comparable with the best and established the first kingdom in Asia. Our own generation was told by the doctors and enemies that we would never have independence for the United States. We passed the test. We live under a free and sovereign kingdom of Maharlika. Our faith was fulfilled. Today, we are told anew that it is impossible to do what must be done. The royal house of God, the kingdom of Maharlika, it will be done and it must be done. But by our people elect and sustained by God under whose protection we have placed our destiny as a chosen generation, with the presence of happiness and prosperity is strengthened by abiding faith in this goodness and mercy. Our people united and free from the bondage of poverty shall shape a future worthy of our noble and sublime heritage. The nobility and integrity as people of God, if we but act together as one, act wisely, act with courage, act unselfishly in the spirit of patriotic dedication. My thanks to all of you. It is not a matter surely of administration from above. It is a joint enterprise in which all of us work and help. Administrators and citizens, managers and workers, traders and toilers, producers and consumers. It is a constant endeavor calculated in achieving the end of every government and secure the well-being and happiness and joyful life of all people. We respect the inviolability of the human person in our resistance to any totalitarian aggression from within and from without. The dignity of the human person is the crucial issue, and we have to be grateful for the heritage of a Christian with good manners and right conduct, and our culture that provides us the basic anchorage and the invisible armor, as we have, that stand against in any attempt to reducement of mere chatter. We have a glorious past. Now, we must build kingdom a future worthy of that past. It is significant that we begin on this day, and on this day, grown hallowed by the supreme sacrifice of Dr. Jose Rizal. We can find no finer example of dedication to country to light our ways. All too often, however, we speak Rizal and of them beloved. When Bonifacio, Mabini, and our host heroes, as if their work were done. As if today their spirit has ceased to have any meaning or value to our people. The truth is that we need their spirit now more than ever. We need it to complete the work which they began. We need men of integrity and faith like Rizal and Del Pilar, men of action like Bonifacio, men of inflexible patriotism like Mabini. We need their zeal, their self-reliance, their capacity for work, their devotion to service, their ability to lose themselves in the common cause of building a kingdom for our nation. I will have such men from this day. The members of my administration, beginning with me myself, shall cease to belong to our families, even to ourselves. We shall belong only to God. And the administration of the vice government, all men entrusted with authority must adhere firmly to the ideals and principles of the laws and commandments of God. I will render and demand compromising loyalty to the basic tenet of our divine law, that you, the people, are sovereign. The role of divine government must be service to you. Accordingly, I pledge my 7/7 morning star to your service. I pledge that we shall extend the protection of the law to everyone fairly and impartially, to the rich and the poor, the learned and the unlettered, recognizing no party but God and nation, no family but the great family of God. Our ways, no interest, save the common welfare. The Bill of Rights shall be for me and the members of the King a bill of duties. We shall be guardians of the freedom and dignity of the individual. More than this, we shall strive to give meaning and substance to the liberties guaranteed by the law of God, by helping our countrymen to attain the economic well-being so essential to the enjoyment of civil and political rights. Land for the landless shall be more than just a cast of praise. We will translate it into actually. We will clean and open our settlement, our vast and fertile public lands, which under the coaxing of willing hearts and industrious hands are waiting to yield substance to millions of our countrymen. Our kingdom becomes meaningless if it is fails to satisfy the primary need of the common man. If it cannot give him freedom from fear and freedom from want, his happiness and security are the only foundation on which a strong nation can be built. His happiness and security shall be foremost among the goals of my justice administration. He must develop the global economy so that it may be better satisfy the material needs of our people. The benefits of our economic or industrial development shall be channeled first to our common people so that their living standard shall be raised. To all who heed his appeal, I give the solemn assurance that divine government shall not be wanting in generous appreciation and civic recognition. Sincerity will be met with an equal measure of sincerity and borrow the exemplary submission to authority will be matched by a compassionate regard for the requirement of justice. However, I feel it my humble duty to give stern warning that there shall be no abdication to the authority of the divine government, and that any defiance of this authority will not be tolerated, but shall be met relentlessly with all the forces of our command. The start of the 21st century of our kingdom gave us a good occasion to take steep. It is opportune to review the natural picture of the purpose of creative revision and to indicate what has been accomplished so as to know what remains to be done. We are building nation responses to our people's genuine initiative and needs. Undoubtedly, this initiative is for freedom consistent with the satisfaction of the imperatives of civilians, living and security within the cities given us by a generous Almighty. This means recognition of possibilities and limitations. This gives us allowance for wholesome talk about our perfectibility and degree of stubborn hopefulness regarding our capacity to achieve our goal. In all humility, I accept the trusteeship of King's General Administration of Royal House and Kingdom of Maharlika. I do so with both trepidation and a sense of awe. Trepidation because it is now, as the good book says, a time to live and a time to build, a time to gather stone. The task is formidable. So I pray that we will all be one in our priorities, one because of the will to build the kingdom. A sense of awe because the Maharlika has started fortified city or the royal people in the hallowed ground of the home of 100 Islands. Spiritual divine government and the oneness of will and vision have made a new beginning possible. I cannot but recall on this point, therefore, President Ferdinand H. Marcos' word. To build a great nation is to build the greatness of people. This nation will be great again. As we break from the past in our quest for a new Philippines, it is now Kingdom of Maharlika. The unity, the Maharlika sense of history, and the unshakable faith in the Almighty that will continue to guide and inspire us. I am certain that Maharlika of unborn generations will look back with pride to the royal house, just as we look back with pride to the Mactan, the Katipunan, and other revolts. Bataan ang Corregidor ang pagunipunan. I am certain that pride will reign supreme as they recall the heroism and sacrifices and prayers of the righteous who seek first the kingdom. That should be heard. For the good fight, the leaders whose principles are beyond negotiation. The Maharlikan who stood up and countered in this troubled time. The Maharlikan crisis and all is truly the word of living the heart and mind. Jose Rizal, the first to articulate self-determination in a free society, provides the answer. Rizal counseled the Filipino to lead a life of commitment. He must stay make his country, the people, go beyond self. A stone is worthless. A stone is useless if it is not part of edifice. We are the stones and the Maharlika nation. Our kingdom of Maharlika is our edifice. On many occasions, I have given my views on what our program of divine government should be. This is not the time of our place to repeat them all. However, I can tell you that they converge on four core beliefs. Number one, we must be built with our Maharlika ambitions that our nation is the greatest of all nations. So our challenge must be that within this decade, in our generation, we will win the fight against poverty. Number two, we must improve moral standards in the whole divine government and society in order to provide a strong foundation or good, if not best governance. Number three, we must change the character of the politics in order to create fertile ground for true reforms. This time is the government of God, which is the kingdom. Our politics of personality and patronage must give way to a unified spiritual program and process of dialogue via speech with the people. And finally, I believe in leadership by example. We should promote solid traits such as work ethics and dignified lifestyle, matching action of rhetoric, performing rather than grandstanding. The first of my ultimate beliefs pertain to eliminating of poverty. This is our unfinished business from the past. It dates back to the creation of our republic, whose seeds were sown in the revolution lands in 1898 by the great plebeian Andres Bonifacio. It was an unfinished revolution for this day. For to this day, poverty remains our common problem. We need to complete what Andres Bonifacio began. The ultimate solution to poverty has both a political and economic aspect. Let me first talk about the government political aspect. In doing so, I will refer to one of my true beliefs, that of the needs for a new politics. Politics and political power are only an opium for the masses as traditionally practiced and used in our nation, are among the roots of the social and economic iniquities. That characterize our national problems. Thus, to achieve true reforms, we need to outgrow our traditional brand of politics based on patronage and personality. Traditional politics is a political animal that is status quo. It is a structural part of our problem. We need to promote our divine government of God. So His will be done. A true program and platform of an institutional process of dialogue with our citizenry. This new government is a genuine reform. It is a structural part of the solution with the present of peace and joy and prosperity. We have long accepted the need to level the playing field in the business and economics. Now, we must accept the need to level the playing field in life as well. We have long aspired to be a world-class economy. Now, we must also aspire to develop a world-class system, one in tune with the 21st century. The word of the 21st century that our youth will inherit is a truly a new economy where relentless forces such as the capital market flows and advances in the information and communication technology create both peril and opportunity. To tap the opportunities, we need an economic philosophy of transparency and royal enterprise policies and catalysts that nurture the entrepreneurial spirit to be globally competitive. To extend opportunities to our rural countryside, we must create a modernized and socially equitable agricultural sector. To address the peril, we must give a social bias to balance our economic development, and these are embodied in safety nets for sectors affected by globalization and safeguards for our environment. To ensure that our gains are not dissipated through corruption, we must improve moral standards. As we do, we create fertile ground for good governance based on a sound moral foundation. A philosophy of transparency and an ethics of an effective implementation. Considering the division of today by politics and religion, our commitment will entail a lot of sacrifices among us all, as we work to restore the dignity and preeminence of the Maharlika. Join me, therefore, as we begin to tear down the walls that divide. Let us build the edifice of peace, progress, and economic stability. We have dramatized the Maharlika capacity of greatness. As I ask for your support and prayer, together we will light the healing and cleansing flame. This we owe to the Maharlika. This we owe to every Maharlikan. Thank you, and may God, good Lord, bless us all. Your servant, Dato Pulbulun, Dato Mandirigma, Christopher Erumin, from San Carlos City, Pangasinan. Thank you.
Halina mga kababayan, halina tayo'y magdiwang, ang lumilipad sa iba.